What's poppin', Nasty Gang? It's your girl Jay Nasty on the mic, and today I'm gonna be telling you about 10 must-have mods that you need in your game, UI edition. They are more so things that work in the background, new and improved maps, dark mode, things like that. Now, whether you're an OG or a beginner to modding The Sims 4, you may find something new in this video. So this is gonna be UI edition. Stay tuned, but before we get into everything, feel free to show some love downstairs by liking the video for me and comment down below anything you want for your chance to be featured in a Nasty Gang shout out. And also subscribe if you already haven't to become part of the Nasty Gang, because we have a lot of fun on this channel if you can't already tell. Alright y'all, let's get into these must-have UI mods.
Buckle up for safety, motherfucker.
So the very first mod that I suggest that anybody has if you're dealing with mods is the Better Exceptions mod by Twisted Mexi. We've all experienced an orange last exception of death and have had mild panic attacks trying to figure out what freaking mod is breaking the game, especially after updates and patches and just outdated CC, or if you swear you installed the mod correctly and it's just simply not working. This is what Better Exceptions is for. It generates reports for you to pretty much see what's going wrong, what's up with your game, where's the error coming from, and the like. And it also lets you know if you have any duplicate files, or say a script is too deep in a folder, and yada yada yada, all that good stuff. That's why I recommend it as the first one, so that way no matter what mods you dibble and dabble with and play with, Better Exceptions can kind of like keep track of those mods and make sure everything is running smoothly. I'm gonna kind of run down these in order and how you would encounter them in your games, so you can clearly see that my residential world map is completely different. And that's because I'm in dark mode right now, which brings us to the second mod, and that is the dark mode mod by Arnie. This mod essentially takes almost all of the UI in the game and makes it in dark mode, you know? But you're gonna see it throughout this entire video as we proceed. But that's why my world menu is dark. And I need to be light on the eyes because I have astigmatism and brightness me up, so everything I have is in dark mode. So you guys need to cop this, all right? Do yourselves a favor and get dark mode for your game. So now at this point we choose a world, correct? This is where mod number 3 comes in, and it's actually 2 mods. So I have improved maps for all my worlds, well, almost all my worlds. I shouldn't say all of them, a good majority of them, and they're from 2 different creators. This one is by Arnie, and the art style is very, very different from the other one. Let me find one. I'll do Strangerville, because I have like dark mode Strangerville. This one and the other half of the maps that I have are the fan art maps by Noir Sims and Dare Cheyenne. So each of the creators redid some of the maps and not all. So I took the files from both of them. Some had duplicates and I just chose the one that I liked better, but I took the files from both of them, and now not all, I keep saying all, but most of my worlds look different. Like the newer ones, they don't have. They're working on an updated Evergreen Harbor, I believe, but they don't have Batu, Mount Karabi, or Hemford on Bagley. Actually, do they have Brightchester? Oh yeah, you see? Look, another pretty one. They're so nice though. That's what I mean. If you want like a new, refreshing take to your game, get some of these improved maps, because let's admit it, the regular version is just so flat, like a 2D hot mess. Like they really could have put some effort into it. Like, come on. The worlds are beautiful. I will give them that, but the maps are just like womp womp womp. So dry, so dusty. Don't recommend. Get yourself these improved maps, all right? And it'll just give a whole different vibe to your game as you're cruising across worlds. And that actually leads us to the next mod. So let's head over to Hemford on Bagley, and we're gonna just go to my current household that I'm playing right now. I'm doing a rags to riches thing with the live-in business. So we're gonna press play and boom. So notice anything different? Yes, I got rid of that dusty loading screen. The loading screen is torture in this game. Like, come on, in Sims 3, they used to send us on a whole ass scavenger hunt, and that shit was lit. I loved waiting during the loading screens on Sims 3. So as far as loading screens goes, there's so many different options out there, okay? So you can just cruise and search through the web. I can try to link the one that I have. I have Mount Komorebi loading screens, and you get to choose one, all right? So it's one file only one loading screen that replaces the old one. So you can't have a bunch of different ones. It's just one to replace their old tired dusty one. So you guys can just look through a bunch of different ones and see which one you like. I like nature, so that's what I like to see on my screen. A little bit of zen in between the chaos of my Sims lives. Okay, now I can show you a little bit of dark mode stuff. So you see here, the UI is dark now. The menu here, the options menu is dark. The only thing that's not dark is like the outsides of this stuff. Like the inside, as you can see, is dark mode. Same for build by mode, but we'll check that out in a little bit. Moving on to number 5, we're gonna head on over to CAS. And you see our beautiful loading screen yet again. But number 5 is going to be CAS Backgrounds. So I just started using a CAS background recently because I was making thumbnails, and it was so hard to cut color out the background of my Sim. So I knew having a CAS background was gonna make that so much harder for me. But now I'm a beast with the Photoshops. I'm just kidding. I have the basics down pat, and I'm not scared of a little background. So now I officially have a CAS background in my game, and I chose this one because it's like a cute walk-in closet type office-y, dressy area, and that's the vibe that I wanted. Looking for a specific walk-in closet type theme, it was hard to get one that the graphics actually fit nicely on my screen. A lot of them were kind of like small and pixelated, so you might run into that issue depending on your computer specs and stuff. And this is another one where there's gonna be so many options that I can't recommend to you just one. Go to the Sims resource, or Catverse has awesome freaking backgrounds, yo. She had so many of them, but I wasn't able to find a walk-in closet style one like I wanted, so I went with something off of the Sims resource. But to me, this is like Sims 3 vibes, you know? It's like they're in a closet. It's not just like a freaking, you know, gradient abyss stuck in the middle of the motherfucking ocean, the deep blue, you know? It's actually like a realistic vibe to it. I love that. Now, while we're in CAS, I'm gonna go ahead and show you number 6, and that is more CAS columns. So as you could see, I have 4 columns instead of the 2 that they normally give you. Like 2, come on, that is torture. Oh my God, with all the CC I have, it used to take me 84 years just to scroll through the catalog. I need multiple columns. You can even go as far as to have 5 columns. And I think this is by Webersu. All the mods you see here are going to be linked in a Tumblr post. That Tumblr post will be in the description box below. The reason why I do this is because YouTube and all the links in the description box are just weird, all right? So I'd rather just link y'all to my Tumblr. And my Tumblr is like nothing poppin'. It's just somewhere for this list to be accessible, basically. And if anybody knows how to make Tumblr pages, holla at you, girl. So I believe this mod comes in 3 columns, 4 columns, and 5 columns. And if you're somebody like me with a ton of CC, it's a necessity so that you can get through your faster. Even if you just have like all the packs, let's say, it's just so much easier to scroll because they're showing you more per scroll. That 2 columns is just, it wasn't for me, boo. So the next mod that I'm gonna talk about, number 7, is going to be the always cheats. And by always cheats, I mean that Twisted Mexi made a series of mini mods that turn on your cheats all the time. So you don't have to type in testing cheats true, bb.move objects on, free build, CAS free edit. You can actually just take his mod, drop it into your mods folder, and that stuff is going to be on for you all the time. So for instance, right now, I can edit this pre-existing sim. I can edit her traits. I can edit everything about her. I can make her a child, a man, whatever mood I'm in today, I can edit her, and I didn't have to type any cheats in. Usually you'd have to do, CAS full edit mode in order to edit a pre-existing sim. But because I have Twisted Mexi's always cheats, I don't have to do that. Now I'm calling them always cheats because I'm like lumping them together, but it's a bunch. The ones I have is like always testing, bb.move objects, CAS edit mode, and then I forget. But if you're a builder, he has like show live edit objects and all that good stuff. All right, so go ahead and go check those out. It's actually a bunch. I'm advertising this as 10 must-have mods, but honestly it's more than that. But we're trying to keep it, you know, clean and organized. We'll just head right on over into build by mode as soon as we get back to my Sims lot. And from there, we'll introduce number 8, which is the Better Build By mod, again by Twisted Mexi. So I myself am not a builder, all right? Throwing that out there. I say it all the time on this channel. Y'all know I don't be building, all right? I'm the worst. That's why my general store looks like this, all right? That and plus because I'm poor in the game. I'm in real life too, but in the game. But it doesn't stop me from loving the Better Build By mode mod because in general, it just organizes your entire build by mode. Again, I have a ton of CC. That's why I cherish this mod, especially I don't even build. And I have so much CC because I just hoard it because I think everything looks cool. And then I don't even use it. But I don't want to get rid of it. You know how long it took me to hoard all of this? It's like digital hoarding, honestly. But anywho's, enough about my business problems. Over here in the corner, you can see where this mod comes into play, Better Build By. So you can click on it and you can turn on move objects from here. Organize debug items. But what I love about it is that you can go to content and hide all Max's objects. So it just makes it so easy. Like when I'm looking for something specific or I know I want to decorate with some of the crazy CC I have. And it also helps my build by mode not to take 84 years to load up every time I enter it for the first time, especially. Like I can literally sit here and wait for it to load my build by mode catalog. So with this, it organizes it and I kind of like toggle between Maxis and custom content. So that way my computer is not taking on a huge load at once. And that has improved my gameplay and my wait times and all that when it comes to build by. I freaking love it for that. I'm sure as a builder, it's even nicer because live edit and debug, which you can see these options here, they have so much stuff that you can use that is not available to us in build by mode. So if you're a beginner, pro tip, just look through there. It's like a whole new world for y'all builders, all right? Moving along, we're gonna go to number 9. Number 9, again, is not one specific mod. It could be whatever mod of your choosing, but it is a phone override. So no more do you have to suffer through the Sims boring ass block phone that takes us back to a time in the 2000s that we've tried really hard to forget. So there's going to be a bunch of different types that you can get to bring a realistic cell phone, different iPhones and Galaxies and stuff like that. But the one that I'm using actually takes over the UI and it's also by Arnie. So it works with his dark mode mod. And so we have a whole different phone here. How cute is it? And backgrounds and all that good stuff. If you want to learn more about it, I'm sure you've seen so many Plump Fruit videos, but I have a functional, realistic, electronic CC haul where I cover this mod in there as well as a bunch of different stuff. So if you're interested in CC showcases, I have that electronics video out. So there's that, but there's a bunch of different other ones where you can get realistic phones. I'm talking about like iPhones and Galaxies. And again, you can only have one file of this in your game, only one. So you have to pick a creator, a specific phone that you want, and then a specific color, and it's going to override every phone in the game. So every single phone and every single sim using a cell phone is going to have this new phone override that takes over that ugly ass block phone that they have. So you can't switch phones per sim. You can't put a bunch of different ones in your game and expect them to just pop up. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just an override. So I'm going to show you guys what my Sim's phone looks like. But again, you can have whichever one you want. I'm just going to have her make a phone call. Let's see. I have an iPhone 11 video out. That's the first time that I discovered phone overrides. And that was like over a year and a half ago, I think at this point. But yeah, so I have a whole video where I show you how to get a phone in your game. So the one that I have now, this Arnie one, is a little bit different. It's not your traditional phone override because it comes with a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it's a whole mod pack that takes over computers, phones, and makes them way more realistic and way more cool. This is the Plump phone. And you know what? I was just talking about not having two files in your game. I don't know how that happened because when I made that mod video, the phone was fine. But this is what I mean. You can't have two. I'm surprised it didn't completely like break it. Maybe because Plump Fruit is like a whole mod pack. I'm not sure. But don't do what I do, children. All right. Have only one of these files in your game. But anywho, I'm going to zoom in to kind of show you. You see, it's not that ugly ass block phone anymore. Super realistic. And this is another thing that I just feel like you need. All right. The Sims is a little outdated. All right. She was born 7 years ago. That's like 49 in dog years. So if you're looking to revamp your game and just have another thing that just makes it fun and refreshing, get yourself a phone override. The last mod I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and number 10, is technically not a mod. It is instead an additional program that you install into your computer to give you reshades in your game. So for this, I'll link a good tutorial because it's a bit extensive, being as you have to download and install things kind of just like you would mods, and it would require its own video. However, I don't have one right now, so I will link one for you. So when you install the program successfully, you'll see a little pop-up in the beginning of your game, and then you're going to be able to access it in game, and this is what it's going to look like. And from here, you can come up and choose through the different presets that you installed. Like I have Miss Lollipop's Vibrance preset, and I used to use Urban Sims, but accidentally disabled all the features to give you guys a kind of look at what a blank preset is going to look like. So this is the base game behind there, and this one's with a preset. So boom, did you see the change in vibrance? Is that not insane? So you can install whatever preset you want from whatever creator, or you can even make your own by going into the different settings and playing around with it. And if you want, you can create presets and put them out there for people to download. But again, it's a separate program, so technically not a mod. But as you can see for yourself, it gives the game a vibrance that it's so lacking. The base game is dull, dull, dull. And I actually one day looked into how to make my game brighter, and this is what I found. So take 20 minutes out of your day to learn and install Reshades, and you won't regret it. So yes, this is essentially 10 mods that work in the background of your game to bring you a peaceful, fun, refreshing experience. And it took me a while to actually learn to play with all these mods. I've been modding my game for a little bit over 2 years now, and like I said, I just started playing with some of these within the month. You know, the CAS Backgrounds was the most recent one that I added. Before that, I finally changed my loading screen. At first, I just didn't want to overload my computer with things it couldn't handle, so I just racked up on pretty much just CC. Then I worked up to getting some build buy mode stuff that I never use, so really like for what, but it's so realistic and cute, so I need it. Then after that, I racked up on gameplay mods, and now I'm learning how to affect the UI. Better maps, dark mode, fun backgrounds. Like, I'm in sim heaven right now, and I wanted to share this all with you so that way you guys can figure out which of these must-have mods work for you and will allow you to have that refreshing experience with The Sims. Like I said, she can be a little stale sometimes, being that she is 49 in dog years, but that's not to say that we can't spice it up a little bit, revamp it, and make it feel like new. Just like if you and your man are kind of getting bored of each other, you like put a wig on, be somebody else, role play, spice things up. No? Not the same? Okay, whatever. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy mod videos, CC showcases, or just wild, crazy gameplay, then feel free to subscribe and show some love downstairs by liking the video for me and comment down below anything you want, or if you have any questions. Again, the links are going to be in that Tumblr post, which will be in the description box. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. Jane Nasty out. Peace and love.
Could be the queen, I'll be rose. The river da, river da, river da, river da. When I get my engine started, nigga, finna rev it up. He want me to behave, but I ain't faking.